Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a StreamChamps 24 round 3 match. I'm playing the German pro backgammon player Dirk Schiemann. He wrote a very well received book called The Theory of Backgammon. I've not read it myself, but I've heard that it's a very good book and it's probably more for an advanced player because it's a very technical book, but there's obviously a lot that can be learned from that book. So this is my first time I've ever really had any interaction with Dirk, so I'm looking forward to this match. It's our first match together. So I'm going to be talking through some of the thoughts I had during the match and why I played certain moves. So yes, let's go straight into it. So Dirk won the opening roll and played 5-3. I then had 5-4. So I brought one checker there to the 20 point and came down. That's the standard play. I got hit during this here. Dirk hit me twice, which actually was a mistake, but yeah, no problem. I got hit twice. I rolled a 6-2, so I could only come in with one checker. My next roll was a 3-2, and these are my options. So the 2 is very obvious because I can't come with the 3. So once you play the 2 here, what do you do with the 3? I can play 6-3, I can play 13-10 or 8-5. Whichever of those 3 I choose, Dirk will have a shot to hit me back. So it makes sense to play this play so that hopefully maybe I can complete the 5 point and then I'll have a good asset. So Dirk rolls 4-2, which allows him to hit me there. So okay, it didn't work out how I wanted, but I had to try it. So I play 5-2, so I don't need to come on the 2 here. And anyway, I wouldn't really have a nice 5. So come in on the 20 point, and we destack the 6 point, and we slot the 4 point, so that it looks like this. So Dirk rolls 5-3, and instead of hitting me here, he consolidates his back checkers by making this 5 point anchor. So now he's got a good anchor. If you look at the percentages, XG is showing that after this move, Dirk is 58% favorite in the match. So I now get a 3-2. So I decide to match Dirk's 5 points by making, Dirk's got my 5 point, so I take his 5 point. So I play the 3 there, and this check I slotted the 4 with, I covered. So this is all very basic and simple so far. My next roll I get to play is the 4-1. So this is what it looks like. And what are my options here? There's not really a lot. So I just play 13-8. It's not very exciting, but it's effective. I was unable to hit this checker here. What else can I do? So I play that play. Now I roll 4-3. And what are my options here? So this here looks very obvious, to move this 23 to the 20 with the 3. And then you have a choice what to do with the 4. You wouldn't want to play 8-4 because you're not getting enough diversity. So you'd probably play 13-9. And that move would look something like this. Can you see? But do you know why the arrows are red? because that would be a very bad play to make. You need to keep this checker back so that you can present some difficulties to your opponent. If you look at the pip count, which is this number here, I am behind 53 pips. So that's a lot, which means I can't employ a racing strategy. I have to try to get contact and send some of Dirk's pieces back round the board. So safetying this checker would be the wrong idea. So luckily enough, I played the correct play, which was to bring that down for the 4 and to play the 3 there. So you have an end position which looks like this, and I've got a lot of flexibility, and I'm still putting pressure on Dirk's checker here on the 21. Right? Dirk now, he decides that he has the advantage, both in a racing sense and in a match-winning sense, because if you look here under winning chances, can you see my cursor? He's 68% favorite to win this game. So he cubes, which is rightly so, very, very close. Let's just plus it, which is a higher evaluation. There we go. So he would have been very marginally penalized if he hadn't doubled me. But as you can see here, it's a clear take because I've got an anchor and I can't just give up. So it's a double take, which of course I did. This game, I only made one real mistake, and this was it here. So let's have a look. I've rolled 4-3. So what are my options now? Do you remember just now with this 4-3, I was not interested in moving this checker off the 23 because I'm looking for contact and I want to be a nuisance for Dirk. So now here, for me, the same principle applies. There's no need to move this checker off the 23. So my play was to just do this. Come in from the 9 to the 5 and bring one from the 8 to the 5. And my end position looks like this. You might think, why play 8-5 instead of, for example, 23-20? Well, I'm still 45 pips down and I've now accepted the cube. So I really don't want to just give up. I want to try to turn this game around so that I can re-cube Dirk. I did not feel like going to the 20 point with the 3 would give me sufficient contact potential. I don't think that does. Whereas staying back there still does give Dirk a few awkward rolls. Maybe something like 6-2. Okay, he can play it this time, but in the future it could be an awkward roll. So I was just not interested in giving up my. You could call this check on the 23. You could call it a policeman. So that's why I decided to play this play, so that I can put an extra spare on the 5 point, and that gives me future options to continue building my home board and to make the 3 point or the 2 point with these builders I have here. So that was my thinking behind this play. As you can see, XG does not agree with me. Let's try and have a look at let's look at XG's opinion and try and look at it from XG's perspective. If you look at the small numbers here, I win 27.1% games and 3.5 gammons. On the flip side, I lose 15% gammons. Okay, let's look at the top play. I win less games and slightly less gammons, but when I lose, I also lose less gammons. That's because this play, I've tidied up the blot. So, for example, I don't know, if Dirk rolled double six, he would hit me and make the 2 point. I might struggle to get back off the bar, and it would make it easier for Dirk to win a gammon. So that's one of the main reasons that XG did not appreciate my play, because by leaving the policeman there, you might increase your chances of contact, but you also increase your chances of losing a gammon. So XG doesn't like that play. But when the score's 0-0 and we've still got a bit of way to go in the match, I think that it's an acceptable risk to take, because the cube's on 2 and I don't want to just roll over and just lose the game easily. So if you look at the summary for this game, I made 56 points worth of mistakes, and 50 of them were this move. So besides this, I played pretty perfect. In fact, in game 1, I even outplayed Dirk. So that's quite a nice feeling, like I did well. Let's carry on going then. So besides this play, let's see what happens in some of the other moves. So we'll go back to looking at things initial. So here I've got the 5-2 to play. So do you remember when I was talking about putting spares on the 5 point? This is when it comes good, because now I can make the 3 point. Boom. I have a final position that looks like that. So now I've got a really nice strong home board. And if I get my chance to hit Dirk, I want to have a good strong home board. So as far as I'm concerned, my plan's working perfectly and I'm happy. Well, I'm not happy because I appreciate I'm the underdog in this game, but my plan's going as well as I could hope for given the circumstances. So the next role I get to play is 6-5. So my policeman got hit. Dirk hit my policeman. Now, had I rolled a 2 to hit this checker on the 23, I would be in a very strong position. Imagine I rolled 2-1 and I'm able to come in off the bar and to hit this check on the 12. All of a sudden, I might even be too good to recube. So I think that my idea to leave this policeman, it worked as well as I could have wished for. I have a strong home board and I've got a chance, 11 out of 36 rolls, to hit this checker. But unfortunately, the dice did not marry up with my plans. So I missed it. If you go back to this and we look at it at the end, my winning percentage after Dirk's play has gone to just over 40% for winning the game. Just over 40%. Remember here, it was as low as 27%. So I've nearly increased my game winning chances by 50%, because 27 divided by 50% is like 13. 27 and 13 is 40. So in this 3-sequence rolling, I've gone from 27 all the way up to now I'm just over 40% chance of winning. And my gammon wins have gone up from here being 3.5, now they're 10. So they've nearly tripled. They've definitely more than doubled. Had I been able to roll a nice number here and hit this checker, if Dirk fanned, I would have had more chances to pick up the second checker here on the 13, and I would have been in a really good position in this game. So I go back to this play here. I do not accept this punishment from XG. My play was the right play as far as I'm concerned. Let's move on, because I don't want this to be a XG rant. Okay, so I've made my 3-point as I wished. Oh yes, I was hit. So 6-5, what can I do? I come in obviously with the 5. The advantage of having an anchor means 5 is still okay for me. And I've got a 6 to play. If I come out with the 6, I give Dirk chances to hit me and cover. Just it's not the best play. I don't want to come from the 13 because then I give Dirk 1s. So my only safe 6 is 8-2, which of course is what I played. But to be fair, if you look at all the other 3 options, which is come out to the 14 or play 13-7, because there was only 3 options for the 6, they're not that bad. They very small, marginally punished the other 2 6s, and that's because we're looking for contact. And if it's not the end of the world if we played the 6 in a different way. But I just played this way, which I felt was best, and it marginally is. So my next roll is a 2-1. I've missed everything, so now it's just about getting checkers home and trying not to get gammoned. So play those down. My next roll is 4-4, which is fantastic. That helps me with saving the gammon, and maybe with some more doubles. I might even get back in the race, but that's a far shot, because after my 4-4 I'm still 38 pips behind, so it's a very long shot. My best chance is still to try to hit one of Dirk's checkers, but of course I've missed my first opportunity when he had that check on the 23 earlier. Okay, so that's the 4-4. I got a very tiny punishment for the way I played it. XG would have preferred me to not run off the 16. Okay, but what if Dirk rolled 1 and 6? Then he gets to hit me and cover. Then he's got a 4-point board. I do have some return shots, but I don't see the necessity to do that. So I just play this way. So I'm safe, hoping to get a shot. 4-3. Nothing going here, so just carry on trying to get these checkers home. Of course, get them closer. 2-1. Small punishment here. I was just trying to, again, just get my checkers home. This way, I make 6s work really well for me later, so I don't hate this play at all. Dirk rolls a 6, which clears the only checkers I had any chance of getting contact from. So at the end of this 6, Dirk cannot really lose the game, and his pip racing lead's gone all the way back up to 79. So I'm in a lot of trouble, but 3 helps. Get a few pips home. 6-3, 5-2. I'm just trying to make sure I get home. I get to this stage, and yes, I've saved the gammon. Take a few off, but it's all to no avail. I'm losing this. So now we're going to go to game 2. So as you can see, first game, I had my opportunities when Dirk had slotted this 23 point, but I missed. What can you do? Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. So I'm 2-0 down. Now we go to game 2. Okay. Again, Dirk wins the opening roll. This time he makes a 4-2. with the 4-2. This time he makes his 4-point. Last time he made the 3-point. So it's a nice start. This game, oh, look at that. This game I did not play, according to XG, I did not play that well. So there's going to be quite a few moves we can check. But this 6-2 is not one of them. I played that correctly. Came out at the 6 and down at the 2 from there. I got hit. So when I rolled the 6-2, this is the picture that I'm seeing. I could hit on the 17, which is by doing that. So you come in on the 23 and then you go out to the 17 with your 6. I chose to hit on the 18. And XG didn't like that. I can't for the life of me figure out why. Because when I hit on the 18, I duplicate 6s. So the 11 is a 6, the 18 is a 6. I don't understand that punishment. That is beyond my comprehension. I don't know why it's wrong to hit on the 18, but it's correct to hit on the 17. This is how they look afterwards. I mean, now a 6 I need to hit on the 18 is the same 6 I need to hit on to cover the 11, or the same 6 I need to make the 5-point. It's like, why am I duplicating my own 6s? I don't get that. This move makes a lot more sense to me. Okay. Then I have a 3-2 to play. So what are my options here? I feel that I have to sort of consolidate my position. This checker here on the 11 is vulnerable, but to get hit with a direct 6 means that Dirk would have to abandon this anchor. And I want to try make that point. So I actually would encourage or be happy if he broke this anchor, even to hit me. So for me, it's a simple move to play this 3-2. I just go here to the 18 point. Happy as Larry with that. Because now I've got a nice little anchor there that can cause some problems. Okay, then I get a 6-2. This is how it looks when I get the 6-2. So, what are my options here? I could play 18 to 16. And then what do I do with the 6? If I carry on with that same checker, it goes to the 10. And you get a position like this, or this as a final position. I've got no home board, nothing, no structure. Of what benefit would it be to hit when I've got like no defense? I don't see that as being sensible. It's like, if someone's got a gun, why go fight them when all you have is a stick? What's the point? Wait until you've got a gun and they've got a gun, then you can shoot each other. Or wait until you've got a bazooka and they've got a stick, and then you can just blast them. You have to choose when to engage in your warfare. And right now, what do I have going for me? I've got nothing. So this play here, obviously I saw it to hit there, but what's the benefit? I don't see the benefit, because it's just too open. I don't see it. So I play this play. Let's talk through the rationale. We accept that I don't have a nice 6. Okay, but I can make this 11 point, which blocks Dirk's checkers that are here on the 5 point, because that's 6 away. So 1s, 3s, and 6s, it looks like this. 1, 3s, and 6s are blocked. So that means these two checkers here are not that flexible for Dirk anymore. So my other 6 I could play would be 13-7, which looks like this. But now Dirk has got any 2 or any 5 that can hit me. So I'm giving Dirk more shots to hit me. Okay, there's not a lot of duplication, but for example, I don't know, 5-4 would be a great roll for Dirk if I played this, because Dirk could hit me from the 2 to the 7, and then 16 to 20, he'd close his 5 point. And then he's got a 3-point home board and a 3-point prime. And what do I have? Still nothing. I've just got some weak holding game going on. So I didn't really think this was the better idea. I went for this because, yeah, I still can get hit on the 2 point, but then I've got return shots and stuff. Also, if Dirk doesn't roll a 2, let's say rolls a 3, 4, 5, he comes in behind me. So this checker is no longer at risk. And then I can use spares from my 6, etc. to make another point. So to me, this was the best 6 to play. But yeah, XG thoroughly disagrees with me. Let's carry on. So it's 3-2 because I got hit back. So what do? I come in with either of them. How do I play the second one? Just hit on the 20. Yes, I don't have a home board. That's still the same thing, but I'm really behind in the race. This will even me up. I don't have better. I have to. It's like a tempo hit. I've got to take half of Dirk's roll again, because, for example, if I do something like this, it's relatively safe, and I bring a spare here, but then any 4 or 3, Dirk can continue to build his prime and make his 5 point. So I have to disrupt that. So this is a no-brainer. I've got to hit there. Dirk, of course, comes in easily because I've got no defense, no structure to stop him coming in. So he comes in easily. I get a 6-1 to play. Oh, what am I going to do with the 6-1 here? What am I going to do? Ah, there we go. Sorry, looks like this. There's very little options here. So may as well try and disrupt Dirk again. So play the 1, 18 to 17, and then the 6 to the 11. Looks like this. That's the best play. That's what I played. So my next roll is now 5-2 because I've been hit again. The check I left behind. Let's check on 18. Dirk hit me there. So now I'm on the bar and I roll 5-2. What are my options? I have to hit back. So, of course, that's what I do. XG is suggesting something different. And do you know what? I could actually be tempted to agree with XG this time. Okay, so the move I made wins 1% less games, but 2% more gammons. XG's preferred move, I've just told you, it wins 1% more games, but 2% less gammons. And it looks like this. So it involves anchoring up, and then with the 2, you take some offensive action and you look to try to make points. The problem with this is there are so many return shots. Any 4, 1, to combinations. I mean, if we try to count how many shots are a return here, geez, there's loads. Right, let me try. 5-1, 5-2, 5-4, 3-4, 4-2, 4-1. I won't count doubles yet. 2-1, 3-1, 5-1. I don't know. My mind's boggling. There's at least 24 maybe out of 36 rolls that would allow Dirk to hit me back on this 4-point. And then I've just got to come all the way around. So, nah, I still prefer this play that just Dirk's got a stripped midpoint. He's stacked on the 6. I'm just going to send some checkers back. So I play, come off the bar and hit on the 18. The next roll, I get a 5-3. I've got my full roll to play. What's on my options here? I could go from 20 to 15, 18 to 15 and make a point. But how long am I going to keep that point for? How flexible am I? I'm not that flexible. My opponent has got these 2 points, which ideally I would like. And I've got to try and come like into this arsenal that's waiting for me. No. So I see the best play here as making a point. At last, I have more than a 1-point home board. So I play this, make that point. Yes, there's a ton of shots back, but at the moment, his board is not that strong. There's this checker here as a liability. He doesn't have spares close. Now's the time to do it. Now is the time to do it. This move from XG's, I don't know. There's not that many return shots here, not like the last time when we're talking about slotting 6-4. But I still prefer this. Just make a point at last. It gives you something to work with. So that's what I do. I make this 3 points here. Now I roll a 6-6. I was fortunate enough not to get hit on this 8-point, which I left open. Because if I was hit on this 8-point and I roll a 6-6, I stay on the bar. I'm in deep trouble. But because Dirk made a mistake here, why didn't Dirk hit me? Wow, apparently it's a big mistake there. Okay, so Dirk didn't make a mistake. And yeah, because I wasn't hit here, I get my 6-6 to play. So what do I do with the 6-6? I can't move off the 18. I can't move there. I can't move there. So guess what? It's a forced move. But I get my 3rd homeboard point. All of a sudden, I'm not in a great shape, but it's not as bad as it was a few moves ago, was it? My next roll I get to play is this 5-1. So now I really want to just try and avoid any conflict. So 18 to 13, obviously. And what do I do with the 1? I have to just play safe, which means not give any options to Dirk to hit me. So 2-1 is the correct play. It looks like that. A bit untidy here, but it will do for now. So now my next roll to play is 5-3. Okay. Again, big punishment here from XG. Let's have a look at it. What do I do here? I am very inflexible. I can't run from here because the 3 becomes blocked. I can't go there because I'm not in a good shape here. I could play 11 to 6 and then 6 to 3, but I want to keep this builder on the 11 to hopefully try and use it with one of these builders I have on the 13. I'm talking about dice like 4-2, 3-1, 5-3, 6-4, something like that. If I move this checker now, like this, I don't have that builder anymore, which makes my inflexible position even worse. So for me, this is the only play that made sense. Just empty the 6 point, because the builders I have here on the 6 point, where else can they go? They can't go on the 5 point, they can't go on the 4 point. So I use them to try to repair my home board that I had to break previous roll. At least now with the 1 I can cover the 2 point, and I still have this builder on the 11. For me, it was critical to keep that builder. So that's why I played that play. Right, let's move on. So now I get a 6-2 to play. I'll tell you something. I'm glad I kept that builder, because it's the only way I can play this 6-2 safe. Only way. See, you play the 2 to the 9, and then you play the 9 to the 3. You have a finished position like this. It's still not ideal because I'm not flexible, but what's the alternative? This, come there, Dirk will hit me with any 2 or any 3. 100%. If I'm like this, Dirk will hit me. Dirk's got a 4-point board. Fine, he has a liability here, but so do I. And he's got an anchor, so it's much safer for Dirk to attack me than it is for me to be attacked. Two, 4, 5, 2. And look, yeah, no, double 5 wouldn't work. But still, this is just too risky as far as I'm concerned. So just play safe. Hope that a future roll like a double will help sort out this headache here. Right, so that's what I played. I played 11 to 9 and 9 to 3. Okay, let's move on. 2-1. So I can replace my spare on the 11 and cover the 3, something like this. My final position looks like that. That's not that bad, because now Dirk's running out of spares himself. He's going to get this 10 safe. And how's he going to get these 2 round? And all of a sudden, the scales have shifted ever so slightly to my favor now. Let's look at what XG thinks about what I'm saying now. Yeah, it's like 55-45, 50-50 here, and then this 2-1 now 60-40. So I've gone from 50-50 to 60-40. Yes, as I said, things are starting to look up for me. You can feel that white's in a better position here. Look at the pip count, the race. I'm in front, 36 in front. So maybe I should start thinking about cubing here, because I have the advantage. So this 4-2, let's have a look at the cube. Right, let's just plus it. So if I'd cubed, I would have been punished. According to XG, it's not a cube at the moment. And I obviously agreed with XG because I didn't cube. I wanted to see how things develop a little bit more before I pulled the trigger. So I rolled a 4-2. Remember, I've been banging on a while about how having the spare on the 11 would be helpful, hopefully, with rolls like 4-2, 3-1, 5-3, and 6-4. I've been saying that. Look, I roll 4-2, so I can make this point here, and I have a final position that looks like this now. And that creates some inflexibility now for Dirk, because any high numbers, he's going to have to vacate one of these anchors. So this is how it looks. Dirk rolls a 5-1, and this is the finishing position after Dirk's made his move. So any 1 or any 3 I hit, something like a double 5, I can hit here on the 21 and make a point and hit at the same time. So all of a sudden, everything's come together quite nicely, and I am carrying a decent threat. I think it's time to cube. Double? Yes. If I had not doubled, XG would have punished me. XG does agree that this is a double. It also agrees that Dirk should take, and that's what Dirk did. So now I roll 6-1. Now, 6-1 is a very nice roll in this position because it allows me to do this. I hit on there with the 1, and I hit on there with the 6 afterwards. It's a final position of this. Now, there is some risk involved with this, because if Dirk rolls a 4, all of a sudden he's only got 1 left on the bar. He's got 2 points he can come in on. I've only got 1 point I can come in on. And this check on the 11 is vulnerable after that. So this is there's a degree of risk associated with this play. It's by no means just, oh, that's what you should do. There's risks involved, and you have to calculate the risk reward. Definitely hitting 2 means that the hitting play is more favorable. For example, if there was only 1 checker here and there wasn't this extra checker here to hit, would it be good to just hit and slot? Debatable. But if I don't play this play, what can I play? My 6 has to come from somewhere here, and then I'll leave a shot. So it's almost like I was stuck between a rock and a hard place, and making the correct play was almost forced, because anything else is just, look how that looks afterwards. So many return shots. Look how that looks afterwards. Any 8, any 9, any 3, I'm hit there. I've got the same problem. So definitely a distinct lack of alternative plays. Look at that. Look how open that is. A distinct lack of alternative plays means that I had no choice. I really had to just hit 2 checkers and hope that Dirk didn't roll a 4. I had to do that. A bit of luck at last. Dirk didn't roll a 4, so he fans. Now I'm very pleased that I cubed him, because otherwise I would have lost my market. I roll a double 3. This is what it looks like. What's my main priority now? Now that I'm in this situation, what's my main priority? To cover the 4 point. The only way I can cover the 4 point is to play 3 of my 3s from the 13. So what do I do with the last 3? XG wants me to do this. Let's have a look how that looks. Okay. So now XG has a double 5, or no, just 5s to come in. Double 5 doesn't hit me. But let's say, for argument's sake, XG did roll double 5. I won't get hit now, but I have 3 blots to try to tidy up. And that might prove to be tricky. So when you play it like this blot on the 13 is out of way. I've only got this one here on the 8, which can't be hit immediately. So for me, this will be a much easier roll. There's so many more numbers that work to avoid leaving a shot. I mean, the worst I could roll would probably be a double 3, because it means that this check on the 8 is trapped. But this play also has rolls like double 4, or even double 6, which leave checkers trapped. So I'm still very happy with this. I would not change this move even looking at the analysis. My next roll now, I have 5-2, and this is what I'm looking at. So what do I do here now? He's only got 1 on the bar, but now I'm starting to think of future rolls. What do I do in the future? I could play 13-6, which is this play here. Looks like this. But then I leave Dirk with a 5-3. I could play this play. Then I leave Dirk with a 5-4. Why did I play this play? Okay. Because this play only leaves 5-6. And I felt it would be easier to clear from this position afterwards. XG does want deep points. 8-6. Yeah, but I don't want to put checkers here in front of his. I want them to go behind. I suppose this way, double 6 would be bad. Because 1, 2, 3, like this, double 6 would be good, I mean. But like this, double 6 would be bad. But it wouldn't, because this one's blocked, so I still wouldn't leave a shot. I don't know. I don't see what's so bad with my play here. Going there. Anyway, I roll 6-4, so I play to the 1 point. No real alternatives there. I mean, I can't move a 4 from here. So if I play like this, then look how many return shots, 5-2 and 5-4. So you play this to minimize return shots. 6-2, I have to leave a chance for Dirk with the 5-2, which he doesn't get, but he rolls a 6-5. So now I just want to try and win the 2 points, or a gammon hopefully, because Dirk's got 3 checkers to try run round. So I roll the 6-5, which is awful, because you have to leave a shot now. There's no safe way to play it. So I come in with the 5 and I pick up with the 6. It's more preferable to doing this, because this way you haven't taken a check off and you leave a shot. So better to play this way. You've taken 1 check off, you still leave a shot. That's a no-brainer, right? That's logical. Fortunately, Dirk missed me again. Missed me now, So in game 1, I missed my chances to hit Dirk. In game 2, he's missed his chances to hit me. You could say it's swings and roundabouts. I then roll a 6-2, so I'm safely clear. Dirk cannot hit any of my checkers anymore. And now I'm just going to try and take them off before he gets home, so I can win a gammon. So everything now is pretty straightforward. Checkers I can take off, I take off. Double 5 helps me a lot. Look at that. I've got 6 to go off. He's still got 3 to get home. A double 3, that kills it. Now Dirk has to just worry about saving a backgammon. So of course he moves out of my home board. I take my last 2 off and I win a gammon. So right now the score is 4-2 to me. Also known as 3 away, 5 away, because Dirk needs to win 5 more games or 5 more points to win the match. Me being on 4, I only have to win 3 points to win the match. So it's also known as 5 away, 3 away. Or just call it 4-2 in a match to 7. It's the same thing. I'm going to stop this video here because I've been talking a lot, and I'm going to rest, and I'm going to record a continuation video which will carry on the match from game 3 onwards. So if you've been watching all through this, thank you very much. You might disagree with some of my comments, that's fair enough, but I've been honest about why I've thought what I've thought, and I've tried to explain my point of view as well as I could manage, considering I'm not doing this off script. This is like a live analysis of my match with Dirk, with me trying to explain why I played the moves which I played. So I hope you'll tune in for part 2, and see you another time. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. It's really encouraging when you see your subscribers numbers going slightly up and up. It's nice to see. It's nice to know that there's a few people who watch what you put on YouTube, and I hope what I put helps in some way. Always happy to take comments to help improve, etc. Things like that. So engage by all means, leave comments. But bottom line is, we love backgammon, and let's enjoy playing the game in our own unique ways. So see you on the next video. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.